So it looks like the podcast is underway. Um, I don't know how I feel about doing it with other people. I'm not sure if I want it to be primarily like a solo project, or if I do want to incorporate, you know, a lot of other types of episodes and stuff into it. But I'm sticking right now. I'm sticking to the whole kind of. I like the flexibility of it. I think it's mostly free form, but the way I'm thinking about it is like the average episode like this will just be 20 minutes long, or 20 or so minutes long, and then the movie reviews will be as long as they take to actually cover everything that I want to say in them. And then anything else, if I'm doing anything with anything else, you can expect it to be probably at least an hour per video, whatever it is that we're doing. I recorded in bulk with one of my uh, college buddies here at school, and we did like 5 hours, but I'm probably only gonna upload like 2.5 because the rest weren't very good. And we tried doing a little gaming too, and that didn't really go anywhere. So, and it didn't look good. I checked the video after, and because we're working with primitive, we're basically working with nothing. I don't have a way to record the screen directly, so it just looked like shit. And my friend is a very, I don't want to be a dick, but he does have a kind of an irritating sense of humor at times. And he made it so that he said a bunch of shit that I don't feel like putting in the video, so I don't feel like dealing with it. So I'm probably just gonna upload like 2.5 of the hours that we did, and then do some movie reviews whenever I get the time. I mean, I'm really not doing too great this week, to be honest. I have a huge exam next week. Next Friday, I have a huge economics test, and it's my worst class. It's my hardest class by far. I've been stuck here. This is like my fourth semester here, I think. I don't even know anymore. And I've been stuck with like really shitty fucking classes the whole time I've been here. It's been mostly gen eds. I'm 24, and I'm still taking fucking gen eds and like extra requirements that have nothing to do with my major. I mean, even this semester, it's like I have 4 classes. 3 of them are just completely. 3 of them are just for gen eds. Yeah, 3 of them are just to get to the point where I can fucking next semester and the semester after that stack a bunch of economics requirements. But I'm stuck with this one fucking professor, and it's not even necessarily the class. It's not the content. It's not even really the math, even though math is really not like, I'm one of these people, and I really do think this. I don't think that I am good at math at all. Like, I don't think that, like, even if I worked really hard at it and everything, I just it's just something about it. Like, even when I used to do well in it, like the last time I ever did well in a math class, it was because I just like worked enough at it, like I just put enough time in, and I'm not skimping out on studying just because I'm in college, but I will say it's one of these things where if you get stuck with a bad teacher in math, you're fucked, because there's this disconnect thing. This professor that I'm stuck with for economics, I had him last semester, and I still got a B in the class, which isn't great. Like, I don't want to settle for B's, but like, you know, if because it's like, if you can get an A, you should. I mean, it's like that's just kind of a given. But I don't know. This fucking teacher is he's just bad. I don't know. There's this disconnect thing. Like, he doesn't know what the fuck. He doesn't know how to teach anymore. It's like he reminds me of my dad in a way. No offense, but there's this thing where it's like, you wouldn't be surprised. Let me just put it this way: you wouldn't be surprised if you found out that they were having like early onset dementia or some shit, because they cannot like this fucking teacher of mine. Well, this teacher's worse than my dad or whatever. That's kind of like it's a joke. It's not literal when I'm talking about my actual father. But this guy, I think, could be a genuine contender. He could qualify for a fucking nursing home already, because he doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to get anything across to the students. He's literally is incapable of communicating anything from the textbook. And then he teaches it in a way. I can't even explain it. It's so batshit. But he's basically like it's just this intermediate class, economics class, and he teaches it like shit. I mean, that's the only way I can even put it. Honestly, that's the only way I can fucking describe it. Is that he teaches it like shit, and yeah, I don't know what the fuck to do about it. To be honest, I have no idea, because it just sucks so much fucking shit out my asshole that I just, he there's a textbook. The textbook's boring as fuck and dense, and completely uninteresting. But then he takes like random shit from he just changes everything from the textbook. He doesn't even teach it according to the textbook. So you can't even just like, and then his lectures are useless because they're schizo. I mean, they're like me right now. They're just rambling and all over the place, and it doesn't add up. Like the individual parts of the lecture and the lectures themselves, they don't add up to anything bigger. There's no, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts with this guy at all. Uh, it's fucking really bad. And the way he teaches it is batshit too, because it's just supposed to be like a regular ass class, but he's decided for whatever reason to like throw in stuff that has to do more with like um, grad school for some reason. It's like grad level. It's like to help us prepare for like graduate level economics studies, and this is just like a basic requirement, and he's like having us do that type of shit. So it's like really math heavy, and it's like math that isn't even in the textbook. It's math that's like implicit too. Like he doesn't even, it's like number sense type shit that he doesn't even like bother explaining all the way or like writing out every step for. He just expects us to know it. And this class, I'm pretty sure the only prerequisite for it was the fucking intro class, which was super fucking easy. And, well, and it was because it was taught by someone else, too. But this fucking, prick is the only person, on campus that fucking teaches this shit. So I have to take it no matter what. Like I'm stuck with this asshole, and I'm probably going to be stuck with him for, the next semesters and everything, because, the department here is like super small. Like the even though it's I figured it's a vanilla, basic enough degree or major. But and I mean, I'll be honest, and I'm not just saying this because I'm tired, but the truth is that I really don't fucking like going to college anyway. I really like I don't know what I would do. But if it were up to me, I would probably, like, if you asked me right now, like, what I would do with my life, I would probably pull a clerk's and just work at a fucking shitty retail job for a while, because there's something about that that's just, it's like, at least you're making money. It's kind of humiliating, but it's like kind of fun too. Like you get used to it after a while, and it's kind of like fun and like funny to deal with like asshole, because they're not even like, I don't even know, the customers aren't, they are assholes, but they're just like psycho. It's funny to me. It's like more real. I don't know. There's something better about that. I think things are so twisted these days that like literally working at a fucking, I don't know, working at a fucking clothing store, working at Walmart is more dignified than working than going to college. College is fucking feminized, like fucking it's irrelevant. You can't even get a fucking job even if you do everything right. You know, it's like everything just goes to it's like really bad. It's like they're just running out. It's that whole. I really do feel like that part is true about the whole like doomer fucking like late stage capitalist outlook. I feel like that one aspect of it is definitely true, that people can't get jobs, and that like the college degree is about as useful to you as a fucking slip of a roll of toilet paper would be more useful, would be more beneficial, You would get more out of wiping your ass with a fucking roll of toilet paper than you would having a degree for any fucking reason, you know? Like, it's like you should just, I don't know. I'm not the type to work a trade, so I don't know if I would even make it in trade school. And I tried the military a little bit, kind of. Like, I played around with the idea. I applied, like, I went to, you know, the programs for it and everything. Like, I did that avenue a long time ago, like 2018, and I didn't like that either. Um, but I don't know. I'm really getting to a point where it's almost like, and it's just this one fucking class, but this one class could, this one professor could single-handedly drive me to like enlist in like the fucking Navy or something, or like the goddamn Merchant Marine. Like I will go like full on like ghetto, like enlisted fucking piece of shit. I will put myself through that just to not have to fucking deal with this guy anymore, and just to not have to like fucking put up with the fucking the denigration of being like a guy that goes to college, you know, I wouldn't consider myself like a man's man, but I'm definitely like a guy, and like I don't like college at all. You know, like it just doesn't have room for that anymore. I think a lot of the woke shit from like 2016, you know, has gone away for the most part. But what's left is this like fucking just feminized, like basic, it's like this basic white girl ass version of education, and it doesn't work. It's like college is good for those, like, yeah, it's good for those like fat white girls who like fucking doodle in their notebooks and like color code everything with like different highlighters and fucking sticky notes and all that bullshit, and keep like probably keep like fucking journals, you know. It's for people like that. Like, it's for people who can fucking turn their brains off enough to fucking to tolerate like the agony of like a standardized education. Because college is like that too. College is like Common Core basically too. You know, everything is just this like soulless fucking you know, perfunctory uh meaningless, like joyless fucking going through the motions type bullshit these days. There's nothing enjoyable about any of it. You know? It's like go study an art, you know, oh, be a humanities major. It's fucking useless. You're just throwing away money. You could just do it on your own if you had leisure time, which you could probably earn through, you know, paradoxically, you know, if you have leisure time, which you can earn through working. If you work enough to give yourself enough free time, you don't need to fucking waste money on an art degree, you know. So if I want to be a writer, which, you know, is like completely worthless in today's society, I'm not going to go to fucking college to study writing. I'm just going to fucking write. And in fact, I'm going to do the complete opposite of going to college, and I'm going to live an interesting life, a life that's actually like enjoyable and worth living. And that takes the form of like being like a douchebag and like living, you know, in the middle, and you know, that means like doing all that fucking corny cliched shit, like living off the grid, living out of your car in like a fucking, you know, park somewhere, national park somewhere, wherever you can get away with like just living in your fucking car. You know, that's what it is. It's like living in your car and like working odd jobs for food and shit, food and clothes and shit, and like not paying taxes. I would pay taxes though, you know. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I don't want. I don't know. I'm not paranoid, but I am paranoid. But yeah, it's just one of these fucking things. I don't know. I didn't care about On the Road by Jack Kerouac before I I I guess before now, really, before this semester. But I think after having put up with this fucking one piece of shit, it's like I get it now. I understand that urge to just like fuck off. Like I never really cared about doing that specifically until now, you know. But yeah, it's fucking tempting. It really is. I really should have just stuck with English. I mean, I'm gonna waste all the money on law school anyway. It's like I might as well have just picked a fluff degree that would have gotten me a really good GPA, so I could just pick any, I'd have my pick of the litter of like good law schools, and then that would have been the part of my education that actually mattered, not this economic shit. And I didn't even know, and that goes to show you how little I care about college. I was trying to bring this up earlier, but I went off on a tangent. But bringing that point back around, like circling back, I didn't even know what the fuck economics really was. I just picked it because it sounded cool. Not even cool. It just sounded like a. I guess it did. It sounded like a more pretentious version of business. But I really should have just taken general business. That would have been so much easier. Wouldn't have had to take as many. I would have had to take some economics, but like fuck. It's like a math. It's basically just a math degree. I mean, it is. It's like fake math. It's like a fake math degree that makes it that it just like all the lists of majors. It's like it's usually like second or third most well paid after graduation. But like I'm thinking about it. It's like fuck. Even if I get the degree, am I even gonna be able to like do the job? Because I don't feel like I've learned very much. I don't feel like I've learned shit anyway. Like I feel like I've just been getting through the classes, you know. I feel like I've just been doing whatever you need to do to like get an A or a B with this fucking piece of shit. I'm not gonna go that far, but yeah, I I just don't think it's really a thing. Like I don't know. I just don't think like I don't even know what the fuck's gonna happen after I graduate. Like, am I just gonna go into law school right away? Like, am I even gonna have money saved up to like afford an apartment and everything? Because I don't know if they even do like student housing for grad students. I doubt it. But then I can't just like sit and like work for a few years. And accumulate the funds and everything. It's like I don't, because then that's gonna turn into like 10 years of a fucking soulless office job, and then by the time I do go to law school, I'll be old as I'll be even fucking older. I kind of want to just go right away and like, I guess like work during the summers and like put every penny into like getting a place, I guess. And then whenever I'm off from law school, I'll just maybe I'll work then. I'll try to find like short-term jobs. I mean, I'll probably just be working fucking whatever, like retail or service. Like I'll probably have to do that kind of shit. I'll just have to like take the bum ass jobs until I can fucking, until I can make it through 3 years of law school. Which at this point, it's like, I'm probably going to regret saying this, but it's like, I can't imagine that it would be any worse than this. Because being an undergrad, taking fucking gen eds as an undergrad at like 24 years old is like so much worse. I can't imagine. Like, I would rather be inundated. I'd rather be drowning in fucking Latin and bullshit. Bullshit like law school stuff than this like fucking remedial shit that I have to do here, at the school I go to now. And then this class that's like designed, it's like almost like the universe designed it to be as fucking impossible as possible. But I don't know. I just had to vent this time. I don't even have maybe that's what this is for. I mean, I'm just trying to, my only goal here is, my only discernible goal is to like hit 100 episodes, because I do consider myself a creative, and I kind of want to fucking kill myself when I don't make anything, when I'm not productive creatively. So I need something that's as low effort as possible to just keep doing that. And, do I feel better for having done this? No. I'm exhausted. I was like gonna have a fucking stroke all last night because I had homework due, and our exam's next Friday, and I'm trying to just study for the goddamn exam. And we had homework due that's on like 2 chapters past what the actual exam is graded on. The exam we're having next Friday is on chapters 5 and 6 from the textbook. Or is it 4 and 5? 5 and 6, yeah. But then the shit he wants us to turn in is from chapter 7, And again, it's like, it's not so simple as like, oh, just read the textbook and pay attention in class, you'll be fine. It's like, no, There's some extra shit. There's just so much like extra shit. You gotta like think like an economist. It's almost like so bad that it's like a class that would literally require you to like just for this one class, just for this one professor, would require you to like literally just drop everything. Drop everything you're doing in everything and just fucking like be a little cuck. I don't know. Just be a little fucking cuck and like literally like only study economics like all the time and like listen to economics podcasts and read like whole ass like books like for fun about the topics that they cover. It's like that's how bad it is. Like this one class would almost like force me to make economics a lifestyle choice. And I don't want to do that. But that's how bad it is. Like he wants us to think and actually none of that would even help because at the end of the day it's all just fucking math. It's all just confusing fucking bullshit math. And yeah, it's no good. It's like really no good. So, you know. I don't know. I don't even have a point. I just I wish that I enjoyed studying. I do it, but I wish I enjoyed it so I could just like I don't know, that like eliminate that factor. But it's like every time I fucking study, I swear to God, it's like my brain like wants to fucking like kill itself. I don't know. I do it, but it's just excruciating every time. It doesn't get better. I really like I do not build like a mental muscle or anything. And maybe it's because I just don't get enough sleep. But, you know, I'm gonna probably try I would always, you know, if it were any other time I would force myself to stay awake and just like fuck around, but um I really think this is my breaking point. I've actually hit my limit for myself. Like I have to go to bed. I have to take a nap. I have to get up and I have to grind out like everything for this fucking test because I really don't want to fuck it up. I really just want to like this like my being I don't know, this whole like school experience for me, it's been so goddamn like exhausting. It's like I can't I just need to be able to like have an Irish exit or whatever. Like I need to be able to just leave as smoothly and quietly as fucking possible. I don't want a whole fucking to do. I just want to fucking go. You know, I just want to go. And speaking of which, um, I think if I keep talking, I'm just gonna go on in circles. So I'm just gonna fucking call it here. Um, yeah, that's all for now. If I can hit the fucking stop button.